Hi everybody, my name is Paula and I'd like to welcome you to my Real Polish Fanatic little corner of YouTube. Thank you so much for stopping in and spending some of your day with me. I do appreciate you being here. So a few days ago, I did a video showcasing the 4 Sally Hansen Stranger Things Crackle polishes from their collab. I bought all 4 of them and I showed them off in a video a few days ago. I had a couple people mention in the comments. I had Phoenix Darkstar say that she would love to see the brown Crackle over a red polish and the green Crackle over a blue polish. And then somebody else, Liz Davis, mentioned that in those comments that the purple was sold out at her store and she thought she could probably recreate the purple by layering the red Crackle over a blue polish. So I thought that I would just come on and do a somewhat quick video of just some different colors. I just did up a swatch wheel with some different kind of base colors. I have a couple of different shades of green, and then I have a couple shades of blue and a red. And I had a third blue, but when I put it on the swatch wheel, it looked very close to one of the other blues. So I just grabbed one of my polish pick. I just got my polish pickup order in, and so I just grabbed a purple shimmer polish and I put that on there too. So it's kind of purple, kind of green, kind of blue. It's all different colors. So I thought I would just put these over these base colors and we can see what they do, how they look, if any of them look good, if any of them work. We're testing this all out together. I haven't pre-tested any of it, so we're just going to play a little bit with the Sally Hansen Stranger Things collab Crackle polishes today. So let's go ahead and we're just going to turn the camera around and jump right in. All right, well, if you did not see that last Sally Hansen Crackle video that I did, Sally Hansen came out with a collaboration with Stranger Things, and it's an 8-piece collection, but I only picked up the 4 Crackles. And they are so cool because they actually have like a built-in base color with them. So there's a brown, there's a green, there's a red, and a purple. These are the 4 Crackles in that collection. These are them just all on their own. That's what they end up looking like, just all on their own over just a regular base coat, no color. So we are just gonna play around a little bit. I have no idea how these things are gonna turn out, but I thought we would take a look. So I'm going to start here with the brown one, which is Between Worlds. And I just grabbed a bunch of Sally Hansen Insta Dry Crayola colors that I have. So first up I have Granny Smith Apple, which is just sort of a pretty grassy spring green kind of a thing. So I only had 3 wheels, actual nails that I could use. So I put some here. I don't know how that'll work because it is kind of ribbed. So all the base colors are 2 coats of the base color, and we're gonna put on this brown one, Between Worlds. Let's put that one here. Just see how these go. And then we have the green one from Sally Hansen. This one is called Missing. I'm gonna put that over the green down here because I don't know how that one will do. So I'm just gonna put that here, see what that does. And then we have the red one, which is Rift. Let's put that here. And the purple one, which is Nether. One here. So while those work up a little bit, if you're not familiar with Crackles, you do need even though these Crackles have got built-in base colors, you do need something on your nails to make them crack. If you just put it on a plain, empty, clean nail, they won't crack. And I can show you right here, I tested it. And those aren't cracks, those are just streaks, I think, because here it is, and it did not crack. This was just put over the swatch wheel with no base color or even a base coat, and they don't crack that way. So you do want to make sure that you put on a base coat at least, even if it's just a clear base coat. So, and you also don't want to overwork Crackles, and you want to just sort of lay down one coat and then not go over it over and over and not do a second coat, anything like that. And the thinner you put it on, like this one was put on quite thin, you'll see lots of cracks, so you see a lot of the base color through it. If you put the Crackle on a little bit thicker, like this one, you'll get a lot more of the Crackle color showing rather than the base color. This is kind of a mixture of it, but if you put it on really thick, it will look more like with that big chunk right there where you can see the black. And even this one was a little bit thicker, but so the thinner you do, the more cracks you'll get and the more of the base color you will see. The thicker you put it on, the more of the Crackle color you'll see and less of the base color. So none of these actually look any different. They all just still look green. They all cracked really nicely though. Look how nicely those cracked. So yeah, I don't know what to think about that, but we'll try the next green. I have a kind of a soft minty green. This one is called Sea Green. So we're gonna do it in the same order. We're gonna start with the brown, Between Worlds. And then we're gonna do the green, which is Missing. I'm gonna do that one down here again. And the red, which is Rift. And the purple, which is Nether. Let those do their thing. So these are changing it up. This one almost turns it to like a peach, kind of a peach color. These are actually quite interesting. So the brown one turned it kind of a yellowish peachy color. The red one turned it to kind of a pinky color. I'll show you next to how they actually look on their own too. And then the purple one turned it kind of a lighter purple. This was something else I was playing with the other day. So here's the three I just did. And then the green leaves it that same kind of green color. But if we look, so here's the brown on its own, and then there it is over that kind of minty, seafoamy kind of green. So that's the difference in the colors. And then down here would be the greens. So it brightens up that green. It's sort of more of a yellow green now over that minty color. And then the reds turn it a little bit more pink, kind of a softer pink. And the purples pretty much just brighten it up a little bit, kind of just a different shade of purple. So that's kind of cool. You can definitely play with these over different colors. It looks like maybe lighter colors will do better than darker just on this one example here. But let's keep going. We will look at, I also have a kind of a soft sky blue or like a robin's egg maybe blue. This one is, well, sky blue. There you go. So we will start here with the brown, Between Worlds. And we'll put on the green, which is Missing. I like Crackle with the thinner cracks, more cracks, so I like putting it on a little bit thinner. But here's the red one, which is Rift. And the purple, which is Nether. And I'll put here what we started with so we can see. All right, so, whoops. So the brown really changes that up. It's not quite the same blue as it was. A little bit more of kind of a steely blue, I'd say. And then the green makes it kind of more of like an aqua sort of green. It's kind of interesting. And then the red turned it very purple. So Liz Davis was correct in that, well here, it's a different shade of purple, but it will get you to purple if you put the red one over a blue base. I do have a different shade of blue, we'll look at that too. But that does turn it kind of more of an indigo sort of purple maybe. And then the purple is very similar to the one next to it actually, just maybe a little bit more blue. It's hard to kind of tell too. So this was the purple over this sky blue. This is the purple. This is the red. This was the green, and this was the brown. So it does change them up. Very fun. And then the other blue that I chose from Sally Hansen, like I said, was very similar to that sky blue. So I just gotten in my polish pickup order and just opened it today. And so I picked up this Beam Me Up from Hearts and Promises. So this is kind of a purple with some shifting shimmer. So I don't know what this one's gonna do, but it's beautiful. I actually put it over the blue, so it's over a similar blue that we just saw. But anyway, this is what it's looking like right now. So this way you get kind of the purple with the green shimmer. So we're gonna put on the brown Crackle Between Worlds. I have no idea how this one's gonna turn out. The green, which is Missing. The red, which is Rift. One good thing about Crackles is they dry pretty quickly, and you really only need to put one coat over whatever, whether you use a base color or a base coat. So it's kind of a quick mani. They do often dry a little matte, so you will want to use a glossy top coat. So this one's hard to see. I think layering these over lighter colors is definitely the key. Let's see if we can see anything with these. So this was the brown, which is really, if you go up like this, it's kind of cool because you're seeing purple and then the green shimmer too. So that's kind of cool. It doesn't, but otherwise it just is looking very dark. The green is showing a little bit more of the green in the background, and there is some green shimmer in the base polish. So the red is really kind of showing purple through there, which is the base color. And the purple also is showing purple. Those two are very similar. So these last two, we had the purple and the red. And then the green and the brown. So I don't think that really did too much. The green added in a little bit more green, a little less purple, but I don't really like it over the darker colors. So let's go to this next blue. This is a brighter royal blue, which is called Denim. It's I would call this a royal blue. I wouldn't even call it a denim blue. Let's see. That's not exactly right either. It's looking a little more purple on my phone, but we're gonna go with it. So we're gonna put on the brown, Between Worlds, the green, Missing, the red, Rift, and the purple, Nether. All right, so we started here with the brown. Pretty much just can see the same blue underneath, so that really didn't change it. The green makes it be more aqua, or kind of like a jade. It's not coming out accurately. This is really like a jade green there in the cracks. The red left it pretty much the same color, the same royal, and so did the purple. So those didn't really change them very much. Just the green one really changed that base color. Everything else looks pretty similar. Then I have a red from Sally Hansen. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. I have just like a really bright, true red. This one's called Wild Strawberry. Let's see what this does. If I'd known lighter colors would have done better, I would have chose more lighter colors, but I didn't know. So here we have the brown, Between Worlds, the green, Missing. This is the red, Rift, and the purple, Nether. Yeah, those all still just look red. None of those changed it at all. That's weird. That one, the light green, the really light minty green, changed them all pretty much, but none of the rest of them really changed very much at all. So that's kind of interesting. So I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what I'm proving here with this little video, but I'm gonna post it anyway. And so these two here, also in this Sally Hansen Stranger Things collab, they had a couple of glow-in-the-dark polishes, which someone told me in the comments of my last video that was meant to, well, not meant to do this, but you could put the glow-in-the-dark polish under the Crackle, and then you would kind of see it glow in the dark or whatever. Well, I didn't buy the Sally Hansen ones, but I have a glow in the dark topper here. This is an older one from Geekish Glitter Lacquer. This is called Air. This is probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years old. So I just had 2 extra little nails here, so I just did that. I don't know what colors to use. I think I'm gonna use the brown and the green. Between Worlds and Missing. Now let that work. And then I'm gonna turn off the lights and we're gonna look at it under a black light and see what it looks like. So before we do all that, just to show you, it is pretty much the same colors because I did not have a colored base at all. I just had the glow-in-the-dark base. So the colors are about the same as they were. This is the one that I did in my first video. All right, I'm going to go turn off some lights and we'll come back and take a look. All right, we're in the dark. So it's these 2 right here. Let's see if my black light will get this to glow. I want to make sure this even still glows in the dark. I don't know, do glow-in-the-dark polishes lose, you know how thermals will kind of die at some point? Do glow-in-the-dark polishes die? I don't even know. I guess we will find out here in just a moment. All right, well, you can see that bottle glowing for sure. So you can't even see it. The bottle is definitely glowing. Let me see. All right, I've been holding this for about 2 minutes. I'm not gonna make you sit there and wait, so I edited out most of this, but I've been doing it for about 2 minutes, so let's see if that helps. There they are. It's glowing more in person than the camera. The camera just doesn't want to pick it up, but we did see it. It doesn't last very long. But again, if you charge that up in the sun or something, it would maybe do better. But it is pretty cool if you could get it to last. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but it just doesn't last very long for some reason. All right, turn on some more lights. So I don't know exactly if my experiment here today has taught us anything, but these 4 right here were over the sky blue. So some of them did change. This one and this one definitely changed. These are maybe a little bit more of a purple than it was. Over the dark purple, don't like that. Over the royal blue, this one is definitely a jade. It's like a teal jade green. It's not coming out, I don't think, on the camera, but the other ones all look quite royal still. The reds all look very red still. And then those were the glow in the darks. And then the 2 greens, we had kind of that spring green. That's exactly what it still looks like. But the lighter green, the minty green, did change all the colors up. So I would suggest, if you're gonna play around, choose really light colors to use as the base, but have fun. It's just nail polish. If you don't like the way it turns out, take it off and redo it. But I'm kind of loving those there over the, it's very pastel over that more pastel minty green. So that's what we did. That's what we're looking at. I'm gonna go ahead, turn the camera around. We'll finish this up. All right. I didn't turn on the background lights after the glow in the dark thing, so it's a little dark back there. But I don't know what we proved with our little experiment here, but I do hope that you did not think it was a total waste of time. I always enjoy getting out my nail polish and playing with it and showing it and talking about it, so definitely was not a waste of time to me. Hope you feel the same. And I do love it over that minty green, and that did change it the most. So play with lighter colors if you get these and you want to play around a little bit. Play with lighter shades rather than darker, more rich base colors. That's what I would suggest. But that's really all I have to show you. I want to thank you so much for stopping in and spending some time with me today, doing our little Crackle experiment. Let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts about what you saw. But otherwise, I'm just gonna say I do hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye for now.